because it's being a bullshit. But it is what it is. Hello and welcome to Storytime. It's a quick one tonight. Only one, maybe two Russian fairy tales because it's late and I need to get to bed. So, there's that. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Whoever you are, if there are any of you here, if there's anyone at all, thank you for being here. And let's get to it. Facebook, Brett Picorni, and Storytime, 2 words, exclamation point at the end. YouTube, bpicorni1. Like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends. You can also like the other videos before this one and all the ones following. And finally, Twitch, Brett Doesn't Game, all one word. That's all. Now, shall we? It is a Russian fairy tale weekend. It is Saturday, technically Sunday now, but that's all right. I'm going to read you. Let's see. That's a short one. Is that one a short one as well? If that one's also, yes, that one's also short. So I will read you 2 Russian fairy tales tonight. Is that? That's one page, isn't it? Yeah. Feels like 2 for some reason. Anyway, 2 Russian fairy tales tonight. This first one's called Old Favors Are Soon Forgotten. A wolf fell into a trap but somehow managed to wrench himself free and began to run through the forest. Some hunters spied him and began to trail him. The wolf was compelled to run across the road, where a peasant returning from the field with a bag and a flail happened to be walking along. The wolf said to him, "Do me a favor, dear peasant. Hold me in your bag. Some hunters are on my trail." The peasant consented, hid him in his bag, tied it up, and slung it over his shoulder. He walked on and soon met the hunters. "Haven't you seen a wolf in this neighborhood, peasant?" they asked. "No, I haven't seen anything," answered the peasant. The hunters galloped on and vanished from sight. "Have my pursuers gone?" asked the wolf. "They have." "Well, then, let me out." The peasant untied the bag and let the wolf out into the free world. The wolf said, "Well, peasant, now I will devour you." "Ah, wolf, wolf," said the peasant, "I saved you from your dire fate, and now you want to devour me?" "Old favors are soon forgotten," replied the wolf. The peasant realized that he was in bad straits and said, "Well, if so, let us walk on, and if the first person we meet agrees that old favors are soon forgotten, I will submit and you can devour me." So they walked on and met an old man. Even so, even if that's the case, this isn't an old favor, it's a recent favor, so fuck you, wolf. The peasant stopped her and said, "Please, little Mother Mare, settle our dispute. I have rescued the wolf from a dire fate, and now he wants to devour me." And he told her all that had happened. The mare thought and said, "I lived with my master for 12 years, bore him 12 fowls, worked for him with all my strength, but when I grew old and could not work any longer, he dragged me into a ravine. I climbed and climbed until at last I climbed out by dint of much effort, and now I am plodding along I know not whither. Yes, old favors are soon forgotten." "You see, I am right," said the wolf. The peasant was grieved and implored the wolf to wait until they met someone else. The wolf consented, and soon they met an old dog. The peasant asked him the same question. The dog thought and then said, "I served my master for 20 years, guarding his house and his livestock, and when I grew old and could bark no longer, he drove me out of the house, and now I am plodding along I know not whither. Yes, old favors are soon forgotten." "Well, you see, I am right," said the wolf. The peasant became even sadder than before, and implored the wolf to wait for a third encounter, saying, "Then you may do as you will, since you refuse to remember my favor." The third beast they met was a fox, and the peasant repeated his question to her. The fox began to argue. "But how is it possible," she asked, "that a wolf such as a big beast should have been able to climb into this small bag?" Both the wolf and the peasant swore that he had, but the fox still refused to believe it and said, "Well, little peasant, let me see how you put him in that bag." The peasant opened the bag, and the wolf stuck his head into it. The fox cried, But did you hide only his head? The wolf crawled in with his whole body. Well, little peasant, the fox went on, show me how you tied him. The peasant tied the bag. Well, little peasant, how did you thresh the grain in the field? The peasant began to thresh the bag with his flail. And now, little peasant, how did you swing around? The peasant swung around, struck the fox on her head, and killed her, saying, Old favors are soon forgotten. What the hell, peasant? The fox just helped you with that damn wolf. What's wrong with you? Here's the illustration of the wolf. Fuck you, peasant. You deserve to get devoured by that wolf. Oh, one more for the night. The sheep, the fox, and the wolf. A sheep ran away from a certain peasant's flock. She happened to meet a fox, who asked her, Where is God taking you, friend? Oh, my friend, I was in a peasant's flock, but my life was very hard. Whenever the ram did some mischief, I, the sheep, was held responsible. So I made up my mind to go away. I know not whither. It's the same thing with me, answered the fox. Whenever my husband caught a chicken, I, the vixen, was always held responsible. Let us run together. After some time they met a wolf. Good day, friends, he said. Good day, said the fox. Are you going far? He asked. I don't know where I'm going, the fox said, and told him her troubles. The wolf said, It is the same with me. Wherever the she-wolf slaughtered a lamb, I, the wolf, was held responsible. Let us go together. They went. On the way, the wolf said to the sheep, Hey, sheep, you are wearing my coat. The fox heard him and said, Is it really yours, friend? Certainly. Will you swear to it? I will. Will you take a solemn oath? I will. At this point the fox saw that some peasants had set a trap near the road. She brought the wolf to the edge of the trap and said, Now go in there to take your solemn oath. The wolf foolishly went into the trap, which snapped and caught his snout. The fox and the sheep at once ran away from him for good. Don't know the moral of that one. Perhaps I'm just tired, and that's the problem. Either way, there were your two Russian fairy tales for the evening. Sorry, no originals tonight. I'm going to bed. So, until next time, dear readers, /listeners, /viewers, fans. Until next time, that being tomorrow night, sometime. I bid you adieu, and good night. Yes.